the sun gone down, lights in the distance, a forgotten town. Now I'm on my way, oh I'm on my way. So stand on the edge of the world with me.
To say what you wanna hear, I will bite my tongue till I disappear. Take me apart, let the pieces fall to the cold ground where they belong. I'll play the part of whomever you want me to be, 'cause my identity has been lost to me. Take me apart, let the pieces fall to the cold ground where they belong. I'm hanging on to every word that you breathe, because my sanity has been lost to me, lost to me, lost to me, lost to me. I can't find myself, 'cause I don't know who
Hello there, and welcome to this broadcast of Boise State Esports. I'm your host, Jacob Gem Mountain Palmer, and we are coming to you from the Game Pants Esports Arena in downtown Boise, Idaho. Today, we have a great lineup of action for you today. We're going to be going into Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch. A lot lined up for you today, so let's get to the first game. It's going to be Rocket League, Boise State versus Weber State. And to join me for this first game, I've got two great people to call the action. I've got Adam Chizu Weber State, excuse me. I've got Adam Chizu McGuire, and I've got, I'm not sure. We normally refer to him as Jared Baratel Castiglione.
Hello.
But why don't you introduce yourself? Because, oh boy.
It's still me, guys. It's still me.
Okay.
It's Halloween weekend, okay?
Oh, okay.
And I didn't get a chance to dress up on Thursday, so here I am.
So what are you? Are you a massive
I'm
nerd?
Billingsley, actually.
Who?
Where'd
Mr.
Jared go?
Billingsley. Exactly.
Oh,
Jared
okay.
Baratel. Who's that?
I'm not quite sure who that is. One thing I do know is that against Weber State, one thing that Weber State is known for as we get to the actual match is they're known for kind of punching above their weight. And we actually did see this on Thursday in Rocket League 2. Boise State was in some NACE playoff matches. And even though there were other teams that you might have underestimated, they played so well and gave Boise State a run for their money. So as we're going up against Weber State, is there something about Weber State that the Broncos should be scared of today and punching above their weight?
Well, first off, happy St. Angzer Esports Day, everybody.
Nice.
Enjoy it. It's going to be an awesome day, and a big shout out to our viewers out there. Thank you so much for being here today. As far as punching above their weight, Weber State actually has a super stellar crew. If you're taking a look, you've got Raph, Weezer, and Bonds that make up this crew. And last time Boise State and Weber State faced off, it was last year, but Boise State came out ahead. I do remember that being a relatively solid matchup, if I am not mistaken. Again, we'll see who Boise State puts in, as they do have the two crews. But Boise State, super solid. Weber State, though, definitely can put Boise State up against the wall. We've seen some faltering from the orange and blue, and any team, any day has always been my mantra.
Yeah, that's just kind of the thing. With constant exposure to a team, you kind of figure out their strategies, their weaknesses, and Weber State's had a lot of exposure to our team, and might be enough for them to get a solid edge in this match.
So as we start out here, it looks like we've got some early action here, as Wayton is going to be the early one in the goal. Going to clear this one right on out, but a quick move there from Weber State sends it skyward. Elsie Coro in as well as Wayton, and it looks like one more ace pocket going to be in for the Broncos this time around. And it looks like a shot on goal there, turned quickly away by Weber State. Ace pocket not able to get a favorable touch there, but Bonds with a shot. It's a left side follow-up is there, and Weezer has found it with no issue.
Weezer from Weber.
Bonds off of the left post and just buries it right down the pipe. No one there from Boise State to stop it. So Weber, our State, up 1 here in the early match. I'm not sure if we're running best of 5 today or best of 7, but right now Weber State off with the early lead. Ace pocket, quick move there, but Wayton is going to be knocked out here. It looks like best of 5 today, so every match actually going to matter. A quick replay here as we're seeing a shot on goal off of the crossbar, was not able to get in there as LC Coral is going to try to re-corral that. I thought we were live, but the border there tripped me up for a quick future sight. Exactly.
Yeah.
They just wanted to show you the nice graphic. It's pretty brand new.
It's beautiful.
Pretty
Thank
cool.
you, ICCU. You're amazing. And Bonds right here is going to corral this up on the right-hand side. Ace pocket to challenge, not able to get in a favorable position. LC Coro is going to move this one up for Boise State.
Yeah, really smart move to put your tire forward into that ball, because it stops all momentum. No bounces, don't have to risk a challenge to a second 1v1. And Boise State trying to keep the aggression on this goal, the side of the field, not able to secure enough of a rotation for that 2-man or 3-man pass that they like to do.
Oh, wow, and a crazy shot on goal. Misplay there from Boise State leaves the net wide open for a shot there into the right-hand side as we take a look. Weezer, Bonds, and it was kind of one of those, you're going left, you're going right, which way are we going situations. Boise State takes the gamble, unfortunately does not find the favorable block. That's going to be Weber State up 2, as I said, guys, any team, any day, and Weber is striking fast.
Yeah, they know how to be aggressive, and they're capitalizing on Boise State's lack of commitment to these rotations and these tiny little misplays with those rotations that they are able to execute.
Well, and that was one of the things I did want to bring up when we saw that ball kind of cross in front of the Weber State goal. There wasn't a Boise State member there to stop it. They had peeled back to possibly gather boost, to help with that economy. And typically you would see a lot more aggressive pressure from Boise State. So we'll see if that is going to maintain the tail throughout the course of the next 2.5 minutes and handful of games. As Ace Pocket gets a more characteristic shot on goal. A demolition there coming out from Ginger Vortex.
Whoa! Nice!
Hello?
Striking in there from the left-hand side. Let's take another look. The demolition here threw me off. And wow, just a perfect setup there.
Honestly.
Camilo leaves it wide open, and Waiton is able to spike that one in.
What an angle, too. I mean, without that sort of setup, maybe even the demolition was a distraction. No one was on goal to defend that. Waiton gets the easy pick.
Yeah, and again, there was someone there to attempt, but just a second too late. It's a reactionary play, and Boise State is rewarded there. So Ace Pocket carrying it back up, same exact kind of play here, but Weezer is going to pop that one out. LC Coro here on the defense, wow, Ginger Vortex with the boost and the destruction. Oh my goodness, turned away there. Bonds almost had that one, but Boise State gets a miracle defensive play with help from the crossbar. A shot there turned away by Ginger Vortex now as Waiton and Ace Pocket are trying. Oh no, another instance of just too little too late, but pushed out of the way. Ace Pocket is the savior on that one there.
What the heck is happening? It's just Boise State getting right to where they need to immediately, and Weber State not going full tilt on these plays. They had the boost, they have the momentum, they're taking their time, and you can't do that with Boise State.
Well, not even just that, but Boise State has just been blessed from the heavens above as far as how many ways they've been bailed out this far. It's unbelievable that that ball has not gone in twice, if not 3 times at this point, and by no fault of Boise State. Again, great plays here by Weaver, as it looks like Weezer and Bond's going to carry this one back up. And the demolition plays are a little duo demolition right there. As Ginger Vortex takes a shot, Ace Pocket turning it away. A flick over the top is just going to put this one in the corner as Weezer tries to clear it out. LC Coral with the wraparound, but no one there from Boise State to follow. As we have 1:15 left on the clock, Ace Pocket clears this up the middle.
Boise State really needs to focus on these corner plays and the passes that they're used to doing, either from this midfield or possibly from the center of everything, and they go forward with another long lob there to that left corner where they have been able to successfully get Weber State out of position and out of rotation.
Looks like LC Coro is going to get a demo there. Bonds tries to push it up, but Waiton is there. He is waiting. As far as Ace Pocket is concerned, he's going to pick up some more boost here. A shot on goal is going to be to the right, leaves the goal wide open there. Ginger Vortex buries that one. Weber State up 3. Let's take another look.
And that was just a misplay here from Boise State. Going for full committal when that right post was the intended target. Got the bounce and then the free assist off of that. And then both players ended up going right into the ball, sending it right in there. So a nice 3-1 lead, something Weber State's more than assuredly comfortable with. But 40 seconds on the clock. That's more than enough time to get 2 goals because we've seen crazier things here.
Yes, absolutely. And we've seen crazier games as far as Boise State is concerned. But Weber State playing an absolutely sensational game so far and looking to put another one on the board. The shot is high and LC Coral is there to stop it. The second attempt there from Ginger Vortex is turned away by Waiton. And now Boise State has a chance but whiffs the push there. And it looks like another member, LC Coral, going to pull this one up. That actually has an opportunity to put in with 12 seconds left. Boise State commits, is not able to. And now Weezer is off to the races, carries that one over. Bonds is waiting as well. Waiting in the goal, and that is the final handful of seconds. That will spell game number 1 in favor of Weber State.
Still going to go for the goal. Oh, it still gets denied. Not out yet because the game works in the way that the ball ain't touching the ground. The game's still going.
Absolutely.
We have actually seen Boise State in this similar situation on Thursday when they were playing against Valpo. Valpo took the 2 games, and we saw very similar performance issues with Boise State in that game. They seemed to be back on their heels. Their communication kind of broke down. They weren't kind of making the saves that they needed to. So maybe a break in between the games is what they need to try to get a breather, but certainly a dominant performance by Weber, except for that goal right there. That was an amazing angle that Waiton scored there.
Yeah, Waiton had an absolutely monumental spike right here over the top of Bonds. Comes off of the demolition from Weber State. And again, that's just a reactive play that allows them for doing exactly that, basically finding the hole and continuing on.
Yeah, and it's great to have goals like that, and that's certainly not to discount what Wayton did there. But at the same time, Weber State, they had so many goals where it was just pure aggression right here, like with Bonds. And this was a great save here. This actually wasn't a goal, this was a save. And as amazing as it was to see with Boise State, we don't want to rely on saves like that at the last moment. Boise State, we're not seeing the rotations and the aggression that we've come to know them for.
Well, and this right here is just a Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events. I mean, there's 2 times off of the crossbar. That one comes just too wide right. Ace Pocket is able to get the front bumper on there and save his team for what is inevitable at that point. I mean, very Thanos of me to say that, but Boise State did do the best that they could there, but Weber State just outplaying them. And again, that came down to boost and just situational happenstance. We'll see if Boise State can climb their way back or if Weber State will continue their onslaught here, already up 1 game as we jump here into game number 2. And if you're Weber State right now, you've got to be riding that momentum as far as the quote-unquote rivalry is concerned. Right now, Boise State is quote-unquote the favorite. And you don't know what's changed in the offseason, the way these teams have gotten together. A shot on goal there from Ace Pocket, so Boise State coming out a little bit stronger, but Weber's definitely got to be running the runner tide, if you will.
Yeah, and it's another thing, too, to speak about the moments when Boise State looks successful or most successful last round was when the gas pedal was not floored to the ground from Weber State. Like that, Ace Pocket getting a nice cheeky rotation, getting it dunked here from the right pass, and a fantastic play from Boise State. And again, Weber State not respecting, they're not using any of their economy, not using any boost. They're not respecting Boise State's apprehension or lack thereof.
And just a classic double commit won't get you any favors.
Yeah, and again, as we talked about, the reactionary plays from Boise State have been good, but that's what kind of the problem was as well, is they were playing so reactionary that Weber was able to put up points. This is a weird bounce, but Ginger Vortex able to kind of slow the play down for a little bit. You always get a little nervous when something like that comes down. As Ginger Vortex follows that up, and again, you've got to respect the hard aggression here from Weber State. But Boise State puts that right over the top. Is it going to be moved? Yes, Bonds is there to save it. We have seen plenty of amazing stops here, and it continues on here in game number 2 as Weber State on the attack. LC Coro is able to clear that one out, but it looks like Weezer is going to push that one forward and continue the attack here for Weber State as Ginger Vortex brings it up here left side. Roof, Boise State is able to push it forward, but got a lot of neutral game going on here as Ace Pocket going to give it a little shove.
Yeah, both teams are still kind of getting the feelers for where they want to play at. And Boise State, once they start getting in the groove of this 1 to 2, maybe even 3-man pass rotation that they're known for, it's going to be hard for Weber State to respect that and respond. Another shot on goal here, and a good save here from LC Coro as they continue to rotate it into a possible goal advantage. Not able to secure a goal there on that side. Passing it over. Wayne's going to go for the long con, barely missing the angle, and the assist from Ace Pocket will be in the wings, but he barely tipped it and makes it. That's the 3-man pass.
Disgusting communication in play in 4 pieces. Here is the final one as Ace Pocket spikes it down a filthy angle and is able to score for his team. Coming off of the midfield, off of the right-hand wall, off of the backboard,
like
and for Ace Pocket. Just a beautiful connection there. That's like when you have a 4-way flight. It just works out just fine.
Just works out sometimes.
I mean, maybe it was they just needed a break in between games to go over their notes again. Bonds almost with the goal there, a save by Wayton. What I was saying there is, if we look at the notes that was given to the Boise State before this game, one thing that's in big bold letters is comms, comms, comms. So maybe they had to look at their notes, say, oh yeah, let's get some comms, don't double commit, and look how it's paying off for them.
Yeah, I mean, just obviously the field awareness is the biggest piece of this game. Not only figuring out where the ball is, but figuring out where your teammates are. Boise State is prone to set up these one-timers just like that. LC Coro not able to get a favorable position here as he and LC kind of vie for spacing, if you will. Who gets the big boost, they get to decide on their own. Wayton going to flip over the top here as it looks like Weber State makes an attack here, but Boise State will continue on. Good move there from Bonds to move it up the field as LC Coro will clear this back. That's actually open for Ace Pocket, and Wayton here with a shot on goal. That's coming off the backboard. Boise State follow that up. LC Coro comes flying in from midfield, is not able to get it in, all thanks to Weezer. Ace Pocket with that right-hand side setup. The big boost picked up there from Boise State as LC is going to stop them right there. Another follow-up. Wayton not able to get the angle he was looking for as Bonds is going to clear this one forward. He's going to carry it straight up. LC spikes it down and giving it back over to Weezer.
Boise State is being unrelentless when it comes to their metered aggression. They are coming full tilt, going for these rotations, going for these plays, and forcing Weber State to continually respond.
Whoa!
Fantastic! LC Coro Reed, he just got the assist from Weber State. Thank you, sir, for the extra point.
Thank you, sir. Ginger Vortex tried to carry this one out, and it was just an unfortunate situation for unfortunate positioning. Boise State taking advantage of just a half second of, oh, we're good. They had just gotten the demolition. They assumed Boise State, they wouldn't dare commit a second person being down a guy, and that's exactly what LC was able to read. They take that quick second, and that's why I always say spots like that are dangerous. Right there in front of the goal, and Weezer is able to respond in kind.
I just think it's very amusing how both of these teams are scoring goals on these lacks of respect. They are both kind of saying, you guys aren't going to go for that. And of course they go for it every time.
That one was a little bit more of a great play from Weber State, though. It was just very, very clean from beginning, middle, and end. Not so much a lack of Boise State play. It was kind of a half second. We saw one of the players reaching out, could not quite reach it, but, a matter of millicentimeters or whatever, centimeters, millimeters. As a shot on goal here is to the right, LC Coro not going to be able to find that one there. Again, Boise State up 3-1, looking to even the series, pushes that one out of the way, waiting, and LC Coro able to move on forward.
Well, not enough momentum on that ball. They are going to go ahead and full send it or attempt to, but luckily for Boise State, they have all three members again on the orange side. A lot of aggression being metered. A shot on goal is going to be landed. LC Coro driving it home.
There's a little bit of a self-touch there as look pops it right up here off of the right-hand side and just gives it a little boop over the top of Bonds as well as one other member of Weber State. Boise State looking very much more polished here in this second game.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, though, because you had to drop one game in the series, so it is going to extenuate things, and you aren't able to do a complete shutout. So there is a little bit of mentality to that. Weber State can, after this game, 17 seconds, they can make 3 goals if possible, but I would assume that Boise State's taking this round. Weber State then has the opportunity to look at the things that worked for them in the first round, kind of correct the things that obviously went wrong in the second round, and that being said, they can easily take the third one.
Yeah, and like I said, any team, any day, as Boise State is bound to at least even this one up, taking game number 2 in this best of 5.
At this moment, while we are 2 games into the 5 game, possibly 5 games, we're going to see at least 4, kind of a little bit of a halftime thing. You mentioned at the beginning, you were talking about St. Ansgar. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Esports, a high school in Iowa that's taking the time to watch this match right here.
Hello.
And that's who they're going against, Weber State, right there, in case you forgot. But a little bit about this program that we found out. They're in their 2nd year of operation. Nice. And also on this Esports Day, they're hosting an Extra Life charity open place. So, yeah,
that's
a lot of great stuff going on there. We certainly appreciate all of them watching today. And we certainly have a great match for them to watch. It's 1-1. Both teams showing that they are to be respected here. And we're seeing kind of similar problems on both sides. We can see when communication breaks down, when they're leaving wide open nets, committing a little bit too much to the offense. We've seen both teams make great plays, but also both teams back on the feet. So the question is, where do we go from here?
Honestly, I think that Weber State right now is looking pretty good, even though they had that loss right there, and the match is evened up. But Boise State was just looking like unstoppable in that match.
Right.
When you're having 4-touch plays that are connecting, like one of the ones I'm sure we're going to see here, you see LC Coro picks up that unfortunate misplay. That's an accident. That is one of those ones where, again, they're coming off the demolition. You don't intend for this to happen. Ginger just trying to clear it out, just do-do-do, and LC's there. It's not even your fault. Don't even worry about it. Those things happen kind of thing. Yes, it's unfortunate, yes. But again, we're going to jump here into game number 3 as right off the bat, this is actually what I was going to bring up. Ginger Vortex with a fierce one-timer there and almost finds Boise State on their heels. Another replay
nice
banner
save
there showing on up as Boise State is going to save that. To answer your question, Jeff Mountain, I want to see Weber State continue the pressure like that. We saw that right here, and another setup is turned away there. Bonds was almost able to push that one in, and I believe it was Ginger right in the wings who was looking to push that one in as well, like a lock-on target, just not able to connect with the spot. A little bit of a flutter shot there. Ace Pocket easily turns that one away.
Yeah, the more time that Weber State offers Boise State to get a plan together like they're doing right now, the less opportunity they have to get the aggression and that unrelenting force that they need to on the enemy goal. So Weber State needs to really pick up the heat, turn it up to 11. Imagine that Gordon Ramsay's yelling at you, and you really got to pick it
man.
up.
If you can handle that mentality, that doesn't make you mental boom. You're like a champion at
Right?
that point
Honestly.
in time.
You're not working as a team.
You're not working as a team. As
not
Ace Pocket clears this one out for his crew, it looks like Weber State is still able to put a shot on goal here. Wide open net as Weezer buries that one. Left-hand side, Bonds with the assist.
A great play around Waiton there. Yeah, just
Wow.
a
That's
really
how they
fast
give you an
rebound.
error?
Waiton had
Party
Wait-
was destroyed.
well.
Rocket League doesn't hold anything back.
Well, I didn't know it was that bad.
Is this the end of the world? Did I miss something?
We got kicked for our
It's a good
Gordon
thing
Ramsay
you have
joke.
your costume. Maybe people will believe you in the post-apocalypse.
I don't
get it.
normally look like this, I swear.
All right, back in the game, 3:30. Looks like things are good to go as Weezer's pushing this one off the wall and a great little flick there over there on the crossbar as Waiton is able to clear it out. And that is exactly what I want to see from Weber State. It's just unrelenting pressure. Another shot here. Ace Pocket able to turn that away, but for only so long as Bonds with the follow-up. Ginger Cortex with assist.
Again, it's the aggression. Once Weber State puts themselves in the driver's seat, they are in full control. And yes, Boise State is getting these near saves, but the fact that they're putting themselves against the wall, having to get by the skin of their teeth, that's going to do some mental damage. That's going to be exhausting.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Boise State definitely, they thrive under pressure, but if you put too much pressure on them on the back, like you really do have to full commit. And you'll see a lot of the times Boise State with these really, really interesting breakaways and really full commits. And that was a filthy shot there. Almost goes in, but the post was the biggest enemy for Boise State there as Weber State is handed a favor there as Waiton brings us up on the wall. A little touch there. Boise State with some room to breathe. Ace Pocket puts a little bit of a bumper on there, but that is all as Bonds shot on goal. Waiton not in time. Bonds puts up the third for Weber State.
And this is just a good play. They were able to full send it, and then with Boise State fully committing to the aggression, not able to defend at all.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, like I said, this is where the push and pull, the tug of war, the ebb and flow of this Rocket League game kind of comes in. Yeah, you can get one guy who can full commit, you turn him away. That means you've got two other guys. Where are they? If they're not in the right locations, again, you have another guy committing on the one-timer. That's one, now be two. It depends on what you're looking at. And the odds can sway almost immediately, especially with the long ball or a single carry. So you do have to be aware of that situation. As LC Kuro here is going to challenge Bonds as Ace Pocket pushes this one forward. Ginger Vortex going to clear this one out with a little touch above the goal. Ace Pocket going to try to get a stop there as Bonds carries it up on the left-hand side.
And you wonder whether or not Weber State did take some notes as to what was going well for them the first game, because they were very successful with being aggressive, and they're not letting Boise State a lot of orange time, if you will. Those moments in orange time, not able to fully commit. Another shot on goal from Boise State, another pass from that left corner. Are they going to be able to secure this? We do have to wait and see. But unfortunately for Boise State, Weber is going to get control of the ball again. Possession is going to keep switching orange and blue. Yes, it might be the colors of the school here, but definitely orange dominant so far in this round.
As Waiton going to be destroyed there. I want to see a replay of that shot right there. LC Coral is going to hit the crossbar, but Waiton had a very disrespectful shot dropper from the wall. Ace Pocket not able to clear it. That ball just ever so slowly rolls in front of the Boise State net as it is moving forward. Now, Ginger Vortex off the wall. Ace Pocket able to push it forward. Boise State may have a move here as Bonds is going to put that one in kind of scary territory, but as far as Weezer was concerned, that was exactly where he wanted it. As Ginger Vortex put this off the left-hand side, Weezer on the right is not able to follow it up. Actually, he's able to carry that right over the head of a Boise State defender as Ace Pocket is forced to commit here. Waiton and LC Coro stuck in the goal.
1 minute remaining. Boise State having to get 3 points to tie the game, but when it comes down to this round in particular, Weber State, again, has put themselves in the driver's seat, and they got that 5-point harness. They ain't taking that off anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to really, feel for Boise State here as, again, this is another one of those matches that they looked so good at the very beginning. Not even at the very, very beginning, but as the game went on, you thought they could stabilize, and instead it just continued to fall in favor of Weber State. If you're Weber State, you're loving this right here. 30 seconds to go, up 3-1. Make it 4. As that play right there was really, really well coordinated. Let's take another look at this one. LC puts it off of the side, Bonds off of the floor
And
into
missed
the
block,
net.
too.
An unfortunate missed block there. That committal, again, is one of those ones where if you miss it, it's going to put you on the back foot for a handful of seconds. And we saw it in the last game working in favor of Boise State. So just an exchange of favors. And again, right now looking pretty dismal if you are a fan of the Broncos. But it is just one game lead there for Weber State. It could turn around. You never know.
Yeah, and it just becomes a question as to whether or not Boise State can figure out how to put together their plan of action like this. The three-man touch, almost successful there, but those kinds of plays are what you need to do, and you need to be in control of whether or not they fail. Yes, you're able to execute the play. Yes, you might miss the goal. If you have a plan in action to say, okay, we missed the goal, now what? Then you're able to return and defend.
Yeah, this is a match for the Boise State Broncos versus Weber State on this very brisk November 2nd. Mid-morning, about mid-afternoon. The Broncos certainly putting up a good fight against Weber, but Weber answering with them. I really do mean when I say it's a brisk morning. It is cold out there.
It's crisp,
About
man.
the same temperature, actually. I just looked this up, as it is in St. Ansgar, Iowa right now. So around 37 degrees. So we definitely feel you.
Oh, yeah.
Did it snow for you guys on Wednesday as well?
Maybe. Anyway, certainly a very, when I look at this match, it's almost as if a shifting of the mindsets. Boise State goes in the favored match. You don't want to get too confident that Weber answers. Weber might have a little bit of confidence after that. Boise State answers them with their own win. Okay, we've got some momentum on Boise State's side. Weber answers that with a win of their own. So it's been back and forth, not only the games, but kind of the mentality, too, on who's on top, who's going to come out in this match.
It's kind of like you said, the who strikes first kind of situation here. We've seen a very strong momentum shift, whether that's a mentality thing or just a favorable kind of matchup kind of thing. It depends. But we are seeing a crazy amount of aggression out of Weber State, and I just don't think the Broncos are ready for it. The Broncos are used to playing aggressive themselves, and they're not able to. They're not able to open up and, just stampede through the teams like they're used to. We have seen crafty plays. Maybe that is adding to the complexity. You talk about the way the team is set up. They are trying some crafty things, but they're not even getting a chance to set these plays up in most instances, and Weber State is just doing a phenomenal job of starving them out as far as resources are concerned.
This is my favorite replay when the party was destroyed, of course, as were Boise State's chances to win this particular round, somewhere around the third to fourth goal. And then party lobby, that was cool too. More importantly, though, it was mainly the decisive action from Weber State. Even from across the entire map, they committed to a play, and they were able to execute it almost flawlessly.
Well, I don't know so much as if this was committing to the play. This was more of just a clearing the ball. This was more just capitalizing on Boise State's mispositioning here and waiting, trying at the last moment to try to save it. But they were just in the wrong position at the wrong time, and Weber certainly delivered on that in spades.
His pocket here with a nice little shot that comes off of the angle and straight down. I believe that was from the last game.
Yep.
And I do believe, Boise State has a chance to bring this back. I mean, if we're looking at the way, as you mentioned, the tug of war of these two teams are concerned, I like Weber State's chances. They just need one more win. They are at match point. That means that they could take down the favorited Boise State Broncos, and in quick fashion and impressive fashion at that point.
Albeit, though, there is the possibility of, again, another round two where Boise State's the one in the driver's seat. Maybe Weber State doesn't think that they need to be as aggressive as they were last round to secure the win. And that kind of lack of commitment or the lack of insight to the way that these teams play out will potentially be the downfall of either team.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see who comes out on top. We are currently 3 out of 5 games in a very close match. You don't want to leave us. We're going to be taking a short break, and then we're going to get back with more Rocket League.
Boise State Esports is brought to you by Game Pants Arenas and Equipment, Omen by HP, and Archon Clothing, makers of official licensed Boise State Esports apparel.
process of a Rocket League match against Weber State. Weber State is in the lead 2-1. We will get back to that match as soon as we can. Unfortunately, we are having a bit of comms issue, a little bit of Steam issues. I'm sorry, Billingsworth. I know that's not
Billingsley.
Billingsley. I'm sorry. I know it's
How
not
dare you.
it's not the Steam you're used to. Okay,
Oh.
I know you're more of the traditional
Back in
Steam.
my day.
I know this newfangled game with all these cars driving around and that kind of stuff. But basically, while we wait for the game to start back up again, I know I've totally lost Chizu here. Let's get back to something that you can follow again, and let's talk just a little bit more as we're waiting for as we're talking about St. Ansgar's esports program, because I think this is really great. They have about 17 students in their program right now,
Nice.
and they're playing League of Legends.
Nice.
A great place to start off in terms of that's where Boise State's esports program actually started out, with a League of Legends match, a show match.
I remember the budding League of Legends program as far as Boise State is concerned, and the tiny closet that it started
Yes.
in,
Right.
with the tiny little microphones. And so congratulations, guys. It only goes up from here, and that's super awesome.
Yeah,
You
and
know me, I
speaking
love
of
League.
going up, the games that they're hoping to add right now are Rocket League,
Nice.
Smash Ultimate, and Fortnite. So definitely a great place to go up here. And you definitely are right. I still remember we would broadcast out of professors' offices, with
Right.
green screens in the background. And now we've got this great, Game Pants esports arena with us. So
Absolutely.
it's definitely, a great story of how programs like this can grow and bud. So it's great that we're seeing universities and high schools too getting on the esports train.
I absolutely love it. I mean, to think that a high school program would be ingrained in video games,
cool is
literally
that?
leading to the collegiate level. I mean, it's the next stop as
It
far
could
as the
literally
future
pave
is
your
concerned.
entire path for you. And when we were kids, that wasn't even an opportunity. We got made fun of for playing video games all the time.
I'm terrified to see what happens when my kid comes home with his friends and the upcoming games that they have. I'm really excited to see the next generation
Right.
of gamers in esports. And so, again, happy St. Ansgar's Esports Day to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and happy one to you as well. This is really great, to build off of what you were saying, Baratel. This gives, we're going to get right back. It looks like we've worked out our issues. This is game 4 of 5.
We'll jump back into your point here in a second, because we are going to give the people what they want.
This is game point, potentially.
Very, very could possibly be, because Weber State has just been flawless here. They dropped one game, so maybe not quote flawless, but right there to Ginger Vortex Bonds with the assist. And we have been seeing this all day, and this one is super clean. A little bit of an interesting touch here, but Ginger Vortex is waiting. LC Koro's just in the wings.
Not really able to get there in time, and maybe it's lack of economy for boost economy, or possibly not even getting to the rotation, calling things out. And again, communication. Even back in my day, everyone thrived with communication. Ace Pocket communicating a goal, the ball into that goal as well, getting that 1 point, and it's tied up here.
And this is, again, kind of a masking play of what we saw before. Ace Pocket doesn't push it towards the side. That was one of the things we were seeing, is that they would be pushing it into the corner, looking for the secondary bounce. Ace Pocket just has the perfect lineup and lasers that one in.
Nice head-to-head challenge here from both teams, and a little bit of an orange possession, going over for a shot on goal. Ace Pocket able to deflect that back onto the side of the orange team. Weber State going to go ahead and send it back on the blue side, and again, the exchanging of colors is going to be very paramount in this entire game. But Boise State needs to actuate their plan, and they need to set things in motion in order to gain the lead and then secure the round.
Yeah, again, Boise State only had the one game that looked really well for them. Other than that, the rest has looked kind of discombobulated, but right here they're looking pretty good as Wayton is going to set this one up. But Weezer has just been everywhere, offense, defense, putting the ball in just dangerous positions if you're a Boise State fan. And right here, Ace Pocket tries to clear it out, but Bonds is going to find Weezer on the side. Weezer picking up the big boost there means Ace Pocket has to peel back and gather the small one there, as it looks like LC Coral was able to stop that with relative ease.
Every time you say Weezer, I have to wonder if you're talking about the player or if you're just mispronouncing the name of the college.
No. I get you. Yes. Weezer from Weber State.
Weezer from Weber.
And I keep thinking of Weezer, Idaho, to be completely honest. Anyways, as we jump back into game here, Ace Pocket with a challenge is going to find it. Waiting aerial as well, and Bonds picking up the big boost, and they are just starving Boise State as far as boost economy is concerned. LC Coral with a shot, and Bonds going to turn that one to the left.
Payton not getting that corner boost as well means he can't continue the play. Weezer going to go for a shot, an assist on goal, but deflected here from Boise State. Maybe a turnaround. They go for the 1-2 punch, and they secure it. Elsie Coro no longer in the wings, but diving down.
This is just beautiful communication. A one-touch give and go. Waiting, Coro past Bonds, so that ball was going to go in regardless. But LC Coro guarantees it.
He wants the spotlight.
It's just the security, man. It's,
right.
You know, teamwork, I believe. It's flair,
Kill security,
as you would call it. As LC Coro puts this one again off of that right-hand side. Boise State has been favoring it quite a bit here, especially in this match. Could just be coincidence, but LC 1v2, 1v3,
yeah,
technically, if you want to
heck?
get into it, is Ace Pocket bounces this one off the backboard. Is going to find Ace Pocket here on the side, as it looks like LC Coro with a shot on net, turned aside there by Bonds.
They might use this corner again, as we've seen them use so often, but no, Weber State does not want to chance that. Full send, almost getting the shot on goal there, and they're going to consider another attack plan of themselves. A pass from that sidebar is going to get denied. Boise State with LC Coro leading the charge is going to go for a pass here off the sidebar. No misses, as the rest of the Weber State defenders are here to defend their goal.
Yeah, pushed it just a little too far, a little too late, and Weber easily turns that one aside. Ace Pocket here with a pretty good shot is going to be destroyed for his efforts there as Bonds turns his shot away. And now Waiton commits and is just turned around there by Bonds. Pulling this up on the left-hand side, this is a dangerous spot. Is not able to turn it away, but no one there to follow it up. No one-timer in sight. As Ginger Vortex with the aggressive play actually gets the demolition there. This sets up Weber State in a beautiful spot. A second demo there for Weber as Weezer takes out Waiton. They're just not able to get a good angle as Waiton is miraculously able to carry this one forward, but Weezer is going to boot it right back in as Ace Pocket carries it up and over. Ginger Vortex commits as Waiton will push it here to the left-hand side, but Weezer is there. A bounce over to LC Coro. Ace Pocket is going to be the one to corral this, but a shot from Bonds turned away by Waiton on the right-hand side, and Boise State is just trying to be as patient as possible, but the onslaught of Weber State is unrelenting as finally Boise State is given room to breathe.
Weber State did a incredible job of denying countless orbs of that precious fuel, that boost from Boise State. Boise State literally had to stay on the ground to defend. Any sort of aerial play could not have been contested, and this aggression has yet to be, met with Boise State's aggression on the other side.
I can't believe they saved and maintained the lead. The patience there from Boise State was just unbelievable. One wrong move, they could have pushed it in themselves, and just Weber couldn't get anyone on the right angle, so they stay alive here. If you're a Broncos fan, you got to feel it. We could be going to a Game 5 as the last 36 seconds are here. Boise State looking to put a final nail in the coffin here if they can, but it looks like Weber State is going to push this one up. Waiton going to stop the aggression for just a second with a little bit of a press here of their own as LC Coro bounces this one down into the right, and now Weber State on the attack. They can easily tie this one up. There is plenty of time left here at 15 seconds left. Weezer with the attempt going to be pushed left, but a shot right there from Bonds turned away by Waiton.
And this kind of aggression, again, Boise State's living by the skin of their teeth with these defenses and then turning up the heat immediately. And that because of those kinds of rotations, that kind of aggression, they take the round. We're going to a final match point.
I can't think of a better way to start the day than with a 5-round best of 5. I know, this is as exciting as it is enough, and it has been a real tug of war between both teams, and we're going to see who comes out on top. Are there any final thoughts before we go into this final match of what teams can improve, what you've seen from them all day today, and as we look at some replays here?
I honestly believe if we take a look, especially at this one right here, this was in the first 15 seconds of the game. This is a pretty telling sign that Boise State can, have some weaknesses, some spots where they slip up, and the goal is going to be left wide open. If Weber State can continue to take advantage of that, they will find themselves in this game number 5. Now, Boise State, I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking the communication. I'm liking the technical plays as well as just these simple one-timers and stuff like that. They are having a lot of good rotational situations. People are where they're supposed to be. They're just not finding the shots they're looking for. You did see a handful there in the highlight reel. I would not put money on this game. This will
impossible.
go either way, especially if you take a look at how that last game went. Plenty of opportunities for
Right.
Weber State, just a little unlucky.
And knowing my luck, I can't call anything because the
yeah.
reverse
Yeah.
outcome always happens,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Right
now
there,
you learn that lesson.
Hey, it's a caster curse.
Yeah.
I should live by my own advice.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
advised people otherwise. I just I got a little hot-headed. I blame Ragnaros.
We'll see what happens here in game number 5. 5 minutes will tell us which team walks away. Victor, what a beautiful setup! Bonds right there is able to knock it in. A beautiful give and go here as Bonds over to Ginger Vortex. Little, hey, how are you? Wide open net. Gimme.
Splash.
I just want to say before we get too far into the match, in case you were wondering why he referred to Ragnaros, there was a Hearthstone match that we had that was going to determine whether we got
Okay,
into
I'm
the
sorry.
final playoffs or not, and he said we had it in the bag.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am.
Just keeping the audience up to date on the references we make here.
Well, for those of you who are here for Rocket League, a
Yes.
great shot there for Weber State. Almost puts it in, comes off of the crossbar here. Ace Pocket with a beautiful
And they
touch and
drive
rolls that
home.
one right in. Both teams basically just handing over these goals to the other.
Yeah, and it's good because when it comes down to it, really just whoever can meter their aggression in a tactful way will come out on top of this entire game.
Yeah, and that's one of the things where the access of the aggression, where you force your opponent's hand, allows you to do just that.
Right.
Allows them to slip up, allows you to take advantage. So you have to open that window of opportunity. Got to answer the door. Opportunity's knocking. And that's one of the things that we have seen is that some of those opportunities have turned into just advantageous situations for
Right.
either team. So curious to see what happens here as we have a tie game in the first minute.
Waiton's going to go for a shot on goal, possibly a pass, and it's going to be intercepted by LC Coro. That elongated play, these are the ones that Boise likes to keep up in the air, keeping everyone on their seat, guessing whether or not they can secure, and they cannot as Weber State returns it to the blue side. And then again, Boise State with the aggression, a full send, almost making it on the left post, and almost the own goal here. LC Coro in the wings did not get the right rotation, but is again keeping up every sort of a bit of aggression he can. And look how much access they have to the boost now.
Not that they have a replay of the caster's test, but I'm pretty sure everybody's head tilted about 15 degrees to the left when that was coming there. Like, but a great shot there from Boise State. Great follow-up from Weber to not knock that one in themselves and then to clear it on out and get themselves some aggression there. As again, it is anybody's game here in game number 5, match point. LC Coro with an opportunity. It takes 3 members of Weber to get that out of the dangerous positioning as Ace Pocket was waiting there. Comes rifling through just like a wrecking ball, as I believe one Miley Cyrus said. As Waiton comes up here off of the right-hand side, puts it on the wall, and is not able to put it on the net.
Again, though, they are going to continue to go for a little bit of a goal here of LC Coro. Just reading the misplay, the misrotation here from Weber State. They were going towards the corner, that double commit here, not able to guarantee any sort of defense. And Boise State taking a nice, comfortable 1-point lead.
I wouldn't say it's comfortable. We were
It's
talking to
comfortable.
We were talking to Waiton the other day, and we asked him how long is it that you can expect a goal, and he said, you know, roughly about every 30 seconds is kind of a comfortable time a team needs to make a goal. And seeing as how we have a little over 2 minutes 30 seconds left, anything can happen in this match.
Yeah, and again, this is CSL with everything on the line here. Whoever wins this moving on as LC Coro is going to try to push this one out. A shot on goal, and Ginger Vortex finds the equalizer. Comfortable, no more.
No longer comfortable. Now we're tied. That's how it works, guys.
That's why you can't say anything.
I just can't talk, apparently. What am I doing on the desk, actually?
Ginger Vortex has a absolutely beautiful goal there and buries that one as Weber State finds the equalizer. We got ourselves a thriller here as we've got half of the game to go, and it's tied at 2-2. Which one of these two teams walking away, only time will tell, as Boise State, Weber State continue this back and forth off of the backboard. Weezer not able to put that one down, just pushes it back again as Ace Pocket and Boise State try to carry this, but Bonds is so aggressive, just comes barreling through and puts more pressure on Boise State University.
Yeah, getting choked out of this boost is really proving a lot of struggle for Boise State. Nice long shot on goal, sending it into the orange side, but it's going to be met with an equal amount of aggression. Weiser again being exactly where that player needs to be at any point in time, and the shot on goal is going to get saved here from Waiton. He is patiently waiting in that goal for that defense. LC Coro not getting a much boost here, and is going to just go ahead and consolidate to a nice flip into the air as one of his teammates gets enough boost to possibly send it in. Possibly a pass here. Waiton's going to go for the tip, and he does not get there in time, but he does have 100% boost now, and he's going to continue to be a little bit more aggressive. Boise State struggling to find an into this goal as they've had 2 successful goals back-to-back.
What started as a little bit of a Magikarp splash attack there from Boise State turned into a very strong Gyarados Dragon Rage as the attack on net almost happened, but Boise State not able to finalize it. Weber State stays alive here as 1:10 are left here. Bonds with a sick carry here. Going to be turned pretty easily away from Ace Pocket. So no harm, no foul, but the net is pretty relatively open. LC Coro there has no problem turning that one away. Ace Pocket now 60 seconds remain as Bonds is going to try to push this one in, peels back to pick up as much boost as he can here in the final 50 seconds. Waiton here is doing just that, lying and waiting for an opportunity as Boise State looks to close this game out, looking to continue their win streak over Weber State from the 2018 season as Ace Pocket here is going to be destroyed here by Ginger Vortex. Weber State now has the odd man play, but a weird bounce there allows for LC Coro to take a shot, waiting to follow. All 3 members of Weber are there.
This is just a phenomenal defense. Both of these teams doing an incredible amount of perseverant demonstration by being put against the wall, being 3 members deep in their own goal, and continuing to deflect any attempt on the shots.
We could be seeing some overtime here as the final 10 seconds are here. We know Boise State is prone to doing some pretty crafty stuff as far as the final seconds are concerned, but we also know that they have no problem in overtime as well. LC to Waiton off the wall. We are in OT. Golden goal situation. Winner takes all, and both teams are looking en fuego.
And fuego.
And fuego.
Which I think means on fire.
I think. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, Ginger Vortex carrying this on the left-hand side. Everything on the line. Ace Pocket with a carry here. Possible attempt. Bonds turns that away as Waiton looks for the left-hand side bounce. Is found wanting. And it looks like Ginger Vortex carries this one up. Waiton pushes it away.
Waiton's got to secure this boost here. The defense is left on the shoulders of LC Coro. Going to pass the long ball to Waiton on the left side. No one's there to respond to that pass, but unfortunately for Boise State, Weber State has 3 members in the defense tandem, and they are in unison with their defense, all being in position. The shot on goal is going to be blocked from LC Coro. A left boost is going to be denied here from Boise State, and they are running low on these precious resources to continue to stop the onslaught. Crossbar is going to be accessed here. Ace Pocket's going to go for a little bit of a cheeky play. Nice dribble here, and the deny from the pickup. Weber State has to be setting back in. Shot on goal from LC Coro. The bounce, and he's going to make it! Boise State taking the goal and the game.
I told you they are just as comfortable in overtime as they are anywhere else. The single-point victory, Game 5 in overtime. Boise State finds it there. Again, a solid match between these 2 teams. If you're a Weber State fan, nothing to be disappointed about by any means. Put Boise State into the Game 5 and into the overtime. My, oh my, what a game.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get any coffee, because with that, the caffeine and that game in tandem, I probably would be dead, yeah.
I have a heart attack.
One interesting thing is that normally during a Rocket League match where one team is favored over the other, you can really see patterns emerging from one team that you can really start talking, okay, what do they need to improve? And we saw that to an extent here as we're going to look at these replays. But both teams were just so back and forth that you couldn't really see, what either team had to improve. I mean, to an extent you could, but, 1 second they're doing the things they should, the other second they're doing the things that they shouldn't on both sides.
LC is just gifted a golden opportunity here from Waiton, and just over the head of Weiser again, just a half of a second past the other Weber State member, and Boise State again, just by the skin of their teeth, are able to close that one out. So again, as far as Weber State is concerned, nothing to be disappointed with.
Well, we are going to be taking a short break, but we are going to be coming back with more esports action. Up next is going to be League of Legends, so we've gotten off to a good start with Rocket League. Can we continue that momentum with League of Legends? We'll be right back with the answer.
breathing now, don't run away. We can still figure it out. Why do I do this? Why do I push you down? I'm reaching out. You think that I wanna let you go? Well, look at me in rice and bones. I wish that I knew what was wrong. What's wrong? You told me I don't know why I do more harm than good each time I let you. You turn to stone like I'm Medusa. Need my eyes on low before we both break down. 'Cause I'm Medusa. Medusa. Keep moving, don't wanna meet your eyes, 'cause something's wrong. Feels like your love is alive. Stop and think, maybe you're the bad guy. You say it's me, but why? You think that I wanna let you go? Well, look at me in your eyes and bones. I wish that I knew what was wrong. Could it be you that's wrong? You told me I don't know why I do more harm than good each time I let you. You turn to stone like I'm Medusa. Need my eyes on low before we both break down. 'Cause I'm Medusa. Medusa.
colors I've never seen. From places I've never been. In colors I've never seen. Colors that I've never seen.
Keep everything that spills out of the dark locked up behind